To think too much is a disease. Don't get too deep. It leads to overthinking, and overthinking leads to problems that doesn't even exist in the first place. Your focus determines your reality. Worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. Stop overthinking everything. Just let it be. Relax and go with the flow more. Worry less, and don't take life so seriously. Live a little. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go in. Overthinking ruins you. It ruins the situation, and it twists things around. It makes you worry. Plus, it just makes everything worse than it actually is. I get anxious about everything. I just can't stop thinking about things all the time. And here's the really destructive part. It's always retrospective. I waste time thinking of what I should have said or done. We are dying from overthinking. We are slowly killing ourselves by thinking about everything. Think. You can never trust the human mind anyway. It's a death trap. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. The more you overthink, the less you will understand. I think and think and think. I've thought myself out of happiness 1 million times, but never once into it. There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Thinking is easy, acting is difficult, and to put one's thoughts into action is the most difficult thing in the world. The sharpest minds often ruin their lives by overthinking the next step, while the dull win the race with eyes closed. Stop worrying about what tomorrow may bring. Focus on what you can control. Stay positive. Enjoy today. Expect good things to come. Spend 80% of your time focusing on the opportunities of tomorrow rather than the problems of yesterday. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. While you were overthinking, you missed everything worth feeling. Don't overthink, just do it. In dwelling, live close to the ground. In thinking, keep to the simple. In conflict, be fair and generous. In governing, don't try to control. In work, do what you enjoy. In family life, be completely present. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Overthinking, also best known as creating problems that are never there. If you want to conquer overthinking, bring your mind to the present moment and reconnect it with the immediate world. My mother said the cure for thinking too much about yourself was helping somebody who was worse off than you. Worrying does not take away tomorrow's troubles. It takes away today's peace. The more you rationalize, the more you move farther away from your authentic self. If you treat every situation as a life and death matter, you'll die a lot of times. My father taught me not to overthink things, that nothing will ever be perfect, so just keep moving and do your best. Only about 2% of 1% of our thoughts deserve to be taken seriously. Majority of people who are easily stressed are the ones who think too much about the problems instead of solutions. Always focus on solutions. Put your thoughts to sleep. Do not let them cast a shadow over the moon of your heart. Let go of thinking. Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts unguarded. Thinking will not overcome fear, but action will. Remember that talking about the thing isn't the thing. Doing the thing is the thing. Worrying about how things might go wrong doesn't help things to go right. You know, it is a little-known fact that thinking is entirely overrated. The world would be a much better place if we all did a lot less of it. When I look back on all these worries, I remember the story of the old man who said on his deathbed that he had had a lot of trouble in his life, most of which had never happened. I have realized sometimes I do better working under a crazy schedule. It gives me less time to overthink things and forces me to be present. People become attached to their burdens, sometimes more than the burdens are attached to them. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. But it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realized how seldom they do. The more I think about it, the more I realize that overthinking isn't the real problem. The real problem is that we don't trust.